Hello friends, Father Scott Vanderveer with what feels like unbelievable news. Have we really made it? Have we really gotten to this point? We have. We are returning to Mass. As of June 5th and 6th, everyone is invited to come to Mass every week. In fact, the Bishop of Albany, Bishop Ed, has asked us to consider doing that. It may be that you are in a position where that's just not a good idea yet. Maybe you are unvaccinated and nervous about that. Maybe you are in a vulnerable health category. Maybe you are someone who deals with anxiety, and the thought of being in a church building with people for an hour makes you feel very anxious. All of those are understandable and good reasons to continue watching us on our live stream and only returning when you feel safe and ready to do so. But for most of us, the time has come. We're vaccinated. We are feeling much more confident. We're starting to return to a lot of in-person events everywhere else. And so it's time for us to start to reimagine what it means for us to live that third commandment, to keep holy the Sabbath. Certainly, watching at home on the live stream is a beautiful way to keep the Sabbath. But there's nothing that can replace actually being with your family and receiving the Eucharist in person. So I am here to let you know that we are excitedly welcoming everyone back on June 5th and 6th for the first time. And this is going to be an opportunity for every person who comes to church to have a choice of what feels right to them. When you come into the church building, you are going to have a chance to choose. Do I want to sit on the socially distanced side where every other pew is kept empty and where there's 6 feet of space all around me and my party? Or do you want to sit on the regular side, church as we remember it, where you come forward for communion, you sit in the first available pew, and there's no particular distance between you and the next person? These two choices are available for everybody who comes to church. And of course, if you'd like even more distance, the overflow space is available so that you can watch Mass live on the live stream and then have communion brought to you in person. Now, there is one thing we would like to ask, and that is, we would like to ask you to bring your mask with you, and once you enter the church, to wear it throughout the time that you're in the church sanctuary. The reason that we ask for this is because there are a number of parishioners who are not yet vaccinated. Some of them are not vaccinated because of circumstance, others for health reasons, others for personal reasons. And so, because of that, we have a significant number of folks who are fairly vulnerable among us. So we ask you, in honor of that, to wear a mask. Also, there are some people who are having a very challenging time returning to life as usual post-COVID. Is that true for you? Can you relate to that? A lot of us are having a really hard time adjusting to all of the restrictions being taken away so quickly. It makes sense that that's a hard thing for human beings to kind of recalibrate to. And so we want everyone to be able to feel at home in God's house and our house. This is God's home, and God has shared it with us. It's our home. We don't want anyone feeling like they can't come to church because the practices that are being done in church are making them nervous. So if you could help them be able to come to church, please bring a mask with you and wear it throughout the Mass or whatever event you're there for. You may be wondering, when are we going to return to a regular Mass schedule? And it's a great question. Our plan, because attendance usually fluctuates in the summer months, is to add Masses as they are needed during the summer. Because we're increasing our capacity by having half the church not be socially distanced, we may find that that actually takes care of our needs for attendance. Perhaps each of those 2 Masses will suffice for the number of people that are currently coming back to Mass during this kind of in-between transition time. But you'll be happy to know that our plan is to return to our regular Mass schedule in the fall. That Mass schedule that you'll remember from the past 5 years, with a Saturday vigil at 4:30 in Ravenna, Sunday morning at 7:30 in Coxsackie, 9:30 in Ravenna, and 11:30 in Coxsackie. That schedule allows for each parish to have a Mass that appeals to families and creates a niche so that every community in the greater Ravenna and Coxsackie area has a chance to go to the liturgy time that really works for them. That doesn't mean that you always get the best time in what is your home church, but our goal is to make sure that every constituency in the parishes has a chance to go to Mass every week and has a chance to do it at a time that can fit their work and family schedule. So friends, we welcome you back. We're so grateful that God helped us to get through the past 15 months to this period of hope and renewal. And we ask that every blessing will be upon you and your family as we make this transition to what is ahead. God bless you all.